At a time when the great Roman Empire was still worshipping idols and believers in Allah were being tortured for their faith, Allah raised scholars to protect his religion. Among them was the founder of the Shafi school, a great Imam who brought 40 priests to Islam with his miracles. He was a man who saw the Prophet Muhammad in his dream and dedicated his entire life to knowledge. Yet despite his greatness, he became a victim of political plots. Even the Caliph Harun Rashid stood against him for a time. He was exiled, placed under house arrest, and endured immense trials. What was the reason behind all this? Today, you will watch the untold life story of Imam Shafi, the man who shaped one of the 4 great schools of Islamic thought. Before we start, remember, we are going through hard times. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions to the channel give us strength and help us continue sharing these stories. Thank you for your support. It all began when a scholar entered his classroom and saw something that surprised him. He had no student capable of helping others revise in his absence. But this day, a boy stood in front of the class, making students repeat the lesson beautifully. Astonished, the scholar asked, "Who are you, my son?" The boy replied, "My mother has no money to pay for lessons, so I stand outside and memorize what you teach." Impressed, the scholar took him into the class without fees. That boy later became Imam Shafi. As a child, he stayed with the tribe of Banu Hazil to perfect his Arabic language and poetry. Because he had no money, he collected bones and palm branches to write on. By age 7, he memorized the Qur'an. At 10, he memorized Imam Malik's Muwatta. His gift for memory was unmatched. One man noticed his talent and told him, "This ability must not be wasted." The Prophet said, "If Allah wants good for someone, he gives him understanding of religion." You should go to Imam Malik. When young Shafi met Imam Malik, he told him he had memorized the Muwatta. Imam Malik tested him and was amazed. He took him as a close student. This boy, Muhammad ibn Idris al-Shafi'i, was not an ordinary child. He was born the same year Imam Abu Hanifa passed away, from the lineage of the Prophet. Through both parents, Imam Shafi grew up poor. His father died when he was 2, and his mother prayed that her son would be a great scholar for the Ummah. She moved with him to Makkah so he could study. At only 13, he began teaching Qur'an in Masjid al-Haram. Yet even then, his teachers ignored him in favor of the rich. When he complained, his mother advised, "Sit quietly next to the student your teacher favors. Listen carefully. Allah will open doors for you." And indeed, his memory absorbed every word. Allah blessed Imam Shafi with dreams filled with light. In one dream, he saw the Prophet leading prayer in Masjid al-Haram. Shafi approached him and asked for knowledge. The Prophet handed him a scale, saying, "This is for you." In another dream, Imam Ali, R.A., placed his ring on Shafi's finger, a sign that knowledge from both Ali and the messenger would be given to him. Scholars who interpreted these dreams told Shafi, "You will become an imam in knowledge and remain upon the sunnah." Miracles surrounded his life. Once 40 Christian priests came to challenge him. Shafi walked to the riverbank, laid his prayer rug on the water, and stood upon it. "Ask me your questions," he said calmly. Shocked by this miracle, the priests declared their faith and accepted Islam. He was known not only for miracles, but also for generosity. One Eid, someone gifted him a pouch of gold. Immediately after, a poor man asked for help. Without even opening it, Shafi gave it all to him. His love for knowledge was endless. He once borrowed the Muwatta to study, and within 9 days, he had memorized all 1,620 hadith it contained. Despite being qualified to teach, he stayed with Imam Malik until his death, out of respect and love for learning. Even in hardship, he remained humble. When asked how he woke up each morning, he said, "I wake up thinking of 8 things asked from me. My Lord asks me to fulfill his commands. The Prophet asks me to follow his sunnah. My family asks me to provide. My nafs asks me to obey it. Shaitan asks me to follow him. The angels ask me to give them good deeds to record. My days ask me to prepare for aging. And the angel of death asks me to be ready to depart. One of his famous advices came when a student complained he could no longer memorize. Imam Shafi told him, "Leave sins, for they weaken memory." The student later realized that even a sinful glance had caused his weakness. From then on, he avoided such acts, and his memory returned. After Imam Malik's death, Shafi returned to Makkah, then went to Yemen, where he married Jamila, a descendant of Uthman ibn Affan, Ray. But soon he was caught in political conspiracies and brought before Caliph Harun Rashid in chains. He was placed under house arrest, yet even then he used the time to learn from Imam Muhammad, a student of Abu Hanifa. His debates with Imam Muhammad became legendary, some even held before the Caliph. Later, Imam Shafi traveled to Egypt. There, despite illness, he wrote and taught extensively. His unique approach combined Imam Malik's hadith focus with Imam Abu Hanifa's reasoning, forming a balanced path that honored the companions and fit both city and rural life. This path became the Shafi school, the second largest after the Hanafi school. Friends, if you are benefiting from this story, pause for a moment, like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, but it helps us reach more people who may need these inspiring stories. May Allah reward you for your support. In Egypt, Imam Shafi faced opposition from strict Malik followers who disliked his critiques. They even pushed for his exile. When Shafi requested 3 days before leaving, the governor who ordered his exile suddenly died. Thus Shafi remained in Egypt until his last breath. He was known for his handsome face, his habit of dyeing hair and beard with henna, and his devotion to worship. Every month he completed 1 full recitation of the Qur'an daily, and in Ramadan he completed 2, 60 in total. Toward the end of his life, too weak to recite, he would listen to others reciting with deep reverence. On his deathbed, when asked about his condition, Imam Shafi said, "I am departing from this world, leaving it behind. I am drinking the drink of hope and going to my generous Lord." On January 19th, 820, he passed away in Cairo, where he is buried. It is said when the Caliph once considered appointing him as judge of Egypt, Imam Shafi prayed, "O Allah, if this duty is good for my religion, life and hereafter grant it. If not, take my soul." Within 3 days, he returned to his Lord. Imam Shafi's legacy shines as one of the 4 great Imams of Sunni Islam. His words, wisdom, and rulings continue to guide millions today. May Allah have mercy on him and reward him abundantly. And dear viewers, if you ever feel alone in this vast universe, remember that you are not alone. This channel is here for you. Don't let these stories get lost in the endless ocean of YouTube. Every subscriber helps us reach another heart in need of hope. So like, comment, and subscribe to support the spread of knowledge.